Betrayal does not just break trust in others, it breaks trust in ourselves. Betrayal does not just break trust in others, it breaks trust in ourselves, is something I did not understand at first. When betrayal happened in my life, my focus was always outward: what they did, how they hurt me, why I did not see it coming. I replayed their actions over and over, trying to make sense of it, trying to understand how someone I trusted could break that trust so completely. But over time, I began to notice something deeper. It was not just my trust in them that was broken. It was my trust in myself. Betrayal shakes your internal foundation. When someone betrays you, it creates more than pain. It creates doubt, not just about them, but about your own judgment. How did I not see this? Why did I ignore the signs? Can I trust myself to choose better next time? Those questions can linger long after the situation has ended. And if they are not addressed, they begin to erode your confidence from the inside out. I had to look at my own part without blame. This was one of the hardest parts of healing. Not blaming myself for what happened, but being able to look at where I may have ignored my own intuition. There were moments when something felt off, moments when I questioned things but chose to dismiss them, moments when I prioritized keeping the peace over asking the hard questions. Recognizing that was not about taking responsibility for someone else's actions. It was about rebuilding trust within myself. Trusting yourself is a skill. We often think of trust as something we give to others, but self trust is just as important. It is built through listening to yourself, through honoring your instincts, through acting in alignment with what you know to be true. When we override those signals repeatedly, we weaken that trust. And betrayal has a way of bringing that to the surface, not to punish us, but to show us where we disconnected from ourselves. Healing means reconnecting with your voice. After betrayal, it can feel safer to shut down, to avoid trusting, to avoid vulnerability, to keep your guard up. But that approach keeps you disconnected. Healing requires something different. It requires rebuilding the relationship you have with yourself, listening again, trusting your instincts again, allowing yourself to believe that you can make good decisions moving forward. That process takes time, but it is worth it. You are not defined by what happened. It is easy to let betrayal shape how you see yourself, to feel like you were naive or weak or not enough. But what happened to you is not who you are. You trusted, you cared, you showed up. Those are not flaws, those are strengths. The goal is not to stop being those things. It is to pair them with awareness. Boundaries are built from experience. One of the most valuable things that can come from betrayal is clarity. Clarity around what you will accept and what you will not. Clarity around what alignment feels like and what it does not. Clarity around the importance of listening to yourself. That clarity becomes the foundation for stronger boundaries, and stronger boundaries create safer relationships. You can trust yourself again. This is the part that matters most. You can rebuild trust with yourself by paying attention, by honoring your instincts, by making choices that align with your values. It does not happen overnight, but with each decision, with each moment of choosing yourself, that trust begins to return stronger than before because now it is rooted in awareness. Betrayal can become a turning point. As painful as betrayal is, it can also become a moment of growth, a moment where you stop looking outward for answers and begin looking inward, a moment where you reconnect with your own voice, a moment where you realize that your strength was never in avoiding pain. It was in your ability to learn from it, to grow from it, and to trust yourself again. Slay reflection. S. See the impact. How has betrayal affected the way you trust yourself? L. Look within. Were there moments where your intuition spoke to you, but you did not listen? A. Acknowledge growth. What have you learned from that experience that can guide you moving forward? Why? Your next step. What is one way you can begin rebuilding trust with yourself today? Call to action. Join the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever realized that rebuilding trust with yourself was the most important part of healing from betrayal? Share your story in the comments. Let's cheer each other on. And if you know someone who might need this reminder, send this to them. Sometimes all we need is a nudge. I'm Carrie Genzel, reading a blog from stateofslay.com. Slay on.